I've been using Apple products since I was in school. My daily drivers right now are a MacBook Pro and an iPhone X. But that doesn't mean that I love everything that Apple does. For example, right now I'm kind of frustrated with my local Apple store. And I want to tell you about it. Let's take a walk. So right now, Apple has about 500 Apple stores worldwide. And in 2017, they started redesigning some of those stores with Genius Groves and Avenues and all that. But most stores are still the classic store, the kind you find in the mall, like my store, for example. It's the classic store that I want to speak about because that's what I'm used to. And I think that's what the majority of Apple's customers are used to as well. Well, at least those who live near an Apple store at all. The problem I have with the Apple Store is the wait times. And not just the wait times, but how poorly they manage the wait. And the problem seems to have only gotten worse as the volume of customers at the Apple Store has increased. And if you're just there to, charge your phone or connect to Wi-Fi, then it's not a problem. But if you're there to buy a product or to get something serviced, then you're gonna get frustrated. So let's talk about wait times, because at least at my Apple Store, you're gonna be doing a lot of it. Let's say you want to buy an iPad, for example. Well, you can try pulling a salesperson right off the sales floor, but odds are you're not going to be able to find someone that's not already engaged with a customer. So you check in with the staff at the front of the store, but you're going to have to wait there too. And waiting at the front of the store feels like a Lord of the Flies free-for-all sometimes. Once you check in, it's time to be assigned to a vague part of the store. Go stand by that table, or see that guy in the yellow shirt? Go stand by him and wait. But it's not long before you're wondering if it was really this table, or if that shirt's not more of a burnt orange. They don't tell you how long you have to wait or who you're gonna be waiting for. Not that that would really help, because no one wears name tags anymore. So you're kind of just left waiting, feeling helpless and hoping someone eventually shows up. And to be fair, they usually do. It's a similar story if you're there to get something serviced. First, there's the fact that my Apple Store is booking appointments 1 week in advance. But once your special day does show up, don't expect your Genius to show up on time. At my last appointment, my Genius was 25 minutes late. And again, the waiting is made worse because Apple refuses to manage it. There used to be a giant screen behind the Genius bar, for example, that let you know your place in the queue and sort of reassure you that you haven't been forgotten. Now you don't even get a check-in, a sort of, someone will be with you momentarily, sir. Instead, you're just sort of left to wait and wonder. It's not all bad. Self-checkout is like magic, and when you eventually do get a salesperson, they're super pleasant and helpful. And if you go during off-peak hours, you're generally going to wait a lot less. But the times I've been left standing around, wondering how much longer or whether they've forgotten about me altogether, really leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So now Apple is reimagining its stores. And there's even a rumor that my city is going to get a new flagship store to replace the classic hole in the wall we have now. These new stores are supposed to be more than stores. They're supposed to be meeting places. Time will tell how successful they'll be in that role, but nothing I've seen leads me to believe it'll be any more straightforward to buy a new MacBook or, like I'm about to do, get one serviced. I've got to head in. Please let me know about your experiences with the Apple Store. Send off in the comments below, and remember, like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.